Hello, everyone. Wow, this is a very bright screen. Hi, everybody. My screen is sitting on. That's not what I thought was happening there. Hello. Welcome to my channel. I am Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and this is EstelofImladris. My captions are not working, which I will amend in just a second. Hold, please. Captions. I thought we were cool. Why aren't you being cool? Hold, please. There we go. Look it. We have captions now. Google Meets. Don't do that to me. We were fine. Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome to my channel and welcome to our very first Baldur's Gate 3 stream. Oh my god, I love this game so much. I swear I'm normal about Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not. So, before we get all the way into Baldur's Gate 3 and all of my excitement there, I am a TTRPG performer, game designer, world builder, costumer, and I am here to celebrate Fantasy Week here on my channel. On Monday, we talked about fantasy costuming, its many iterations, cool ways to conceive costumes and clothing in worlds with magic, worlds with low magic. Thank you. I am very excited for the shirt. I decided to dress the part today because I do have a deep, undying affinity for trashy men, and boy does Baldur's Gate 3 not only, as I said in chat earlier, have women, the women of this game, but also it has trashy disaster men, which is my entire personality. From the very top though, let's kind of start from zero. It is a dark time in this world, is a dark time, especially to be a marginalized person. It has been for quite a while. It is important that we reach out to each other, to community, to build meaningful and lasting ties outside of establishments, governments, or faceless digital spaces. Part of why I started this channel was to offer free information and education for those who want to remove systemic, personal, or financial barriers that could keep this from being accessible, because I believe the only way forward is together. Thank you for being here, but also I urge you to find one person, more if you can, but one person, and connect with them. Be there for each other, not just through typing, through texting. See them in a video call. Put a face, even if you can't do it in person, to the people you know, to be in community with each other. Community is how we will be here long after this era of darkness passes, just as we have always been. But we do live in a dark time. We should fight for the freedom of those oppressed around the world, especially those facing genocide, violent oppression, and unjust persecution. I stand with the people in Sudan, the DRC, Palestine, and all oppressed peoples of the world, and urge you not to forget them in this time of hardship. Ugh. The world is rough, everybody. Please, please take care of each other, and thank you for being here, for caring for each other, for having some fun and levity in times of darkness with me. I really appreciate it. It lifts my spirits, and I hope it lifts all of yours. If you're enjoying my streams, please consider following, and if you're able to, subscribing. I am an independent content creator, and all of your support helps me continue to tell stories and talk about what you can do to make your stories richer and more personal, and maybe find new ways to have fun playing Baldur's Gate 3 and other games like that as well. It means so much for all of the care that you all have given me already, your support, your follows, your eyeballs on my streams. It means so much to me. I got my first Twitch paycheck the other day, and it really was a relief after I had a very hard week last week with my computer and had to spend money on it again. But it's up and running, and that's in no small part thanks to all of you. So thank you 1,000 times. Also, if you want to watch more of this, rewatch stuff, see stuff after it falls off of VOD here on Twitch, you can go and follow my YouTube channel. Ignore the fact that the screen name is still strange. I'm working on it, but Google is slow and they don't believe in having humans you can interface with when you have problems. But I've started to actually add chapter markers. I've done the first Seems Right, which was a makeup get ready with me for a show that I was on over on Happy Jack's RPG, but it's also just me walking you through my makeup process, basic makeup tips, talking about makeup outside of the like hyper beauty standard focused view on makeup, talking about it for storytelling, for use for me as a mask person, why I think makeup is an important skill and thing to use. So go check that out. I got some tips in there. We have a lot of really interesting conversations about how to design makeup for your characters as well. And with that, let's oh god, I have to boot up Baldur's Gate. It's not even open because I was ready to keep talking for a very long time. I'll boot it up and we'll keep talking. So let's talk about Baldur's Gate 3. First and foremost, my regular stream content warnings apply, but Baldur's Gate is a rated M for mature game. You'll notice that there is actually an adult content mature rating on this stream, because if I say that I'm playing this game according to Twitch, they will auto flag it, because this game does have adult content. Lots of it, not just sex. There's just a lot of stuff in this game. So, additional content warnings for Baldur's Gate 3. Fantasy violence, flirting and suggestive themes. There is sexual content. I have turned on all the censorship stuff you can add in the game, but there will still be talk of sex. There is eye horror very early on in this game. Body horror, religion and cults, lots of them. Mind control, forced servitude, loss of agency of PCs and NPCs, complex romantic and familial relationships, ghosts and undead, insects and insect-like creatures, gaslighting, memory loss, war, imperialism, murder, monstrosity, and alcohol and substance use, among a bunch of other things. I encourage you, if you are someone who has particular things that you are worried about. A lot of people have played this game. There's a lot of really good content warnings out there. I tried to get some of the bigger ones, but I am only one little guy. So I really want you to take care of yourself. So the content warnings are available at any time. Oh, yes, Azra, thank you. Azra just redeemed Show Us Your Dice and I.O. Puck, and we're rolling. Also, I Show Us Your Dice, and I pulled a very special set for this occasion, so we're going to do 2 back-to-back before we get into more Baldur's Gate, and I move all of the many things on my desk. Why did I put so many things on my desk? Okay, on my desk today, we're going to talk about... What's this one? Oh, cool. So, I'm going to pull out a very special set that was actually made for me. Custom. By Departed Dice. I won this set from a Twitter thread that was based on my D&D character at the time. So, this one is for Azra. This is my... the character's name is Veer, and he is an Oathbreaker Paladin Nightmare Man. Who betrayed his oath to Lilith, so he's an oathbreaker to an evil god. And he's also a human Labrador with no morals. But he is a little obsessed with power because he thinks that that's safety. And so there's a lot of like crown and gold imagery as well as shadow and darkness imagery in his stuff. So I sent them the character like a mood board for him, and I won their contest for mood boards. And so here are the dice they made for him. They are swirly, pretty, and it's a larger set because they do have alternative D4s in it as well. Including the gemstone D4 that I love. And yeah, I haven't played Veer in ages, but, ooh, thanks for the sub, Sam. I love you. So yeah, here's some deliciously shiny, beautiful sharp edge dice. And that is from, again, as I said before, Departed Dice. I don't even know if they're still making dice. It's been a number of years and I haven't seen them active lately, but they're beautiful dice and I do love them very much. And then the set that I have pulled set aside specifically for Puck is a set that I actually I got in a blind pull from Dispel, and I use some of them for Zynon, but not all of them, because not every day do I have cause to use D4s and D2s and D12s. So many moons ago, I bought one of Dispel's blind bags that they do like a bunch of things in them all at once, and this was what I got out of that, and I am obsessed with this set. It's literally like a sparkly, beautiful gemstone set. So a D2 is just a coin, basically. So this is the D2 in this set. And then it has unique shapes for D4s, which are these two. Beautiful. D6s, which are the ones that I use super often for Zynon, because they're literally, as I said, sparkly, beautiful purple. And then D12, another uniquely shaped D12. But because I had time to go pull out the rest of the set, I thought that this would be a fun little set to show. So thanks for that, y'all. Keep on cashing in those channel points, my Corvid points. And I will continue to try and move towards having a dice cam for use in other things as well. But, oh wait, I don't need to put away my D6s. I need those. I roll those. And I appreciate all of your excitement and enthusiasm for my horrible dice hoarding. Yeah. We're going to ignore how many sets of dice I've already shown you and the fact that that's not even half of my collection. Anyways. Yeah, don't eat. These are very sharp. Also, because Dispel can't put them in their regular cases, they have these like interesting little flat cases for them. They're very neat. Every so often they make new gemstone sets, and I really like them. I didn't even know that they made them, and then I got that set, and I was like, yes, dice should be a retirement fund. This is my dice collection, and a lot of my other tabletop stuff was presents I bought myself for working through very stressful projects and times in the last couple of years. So that's why I have so many. Oh, Baldur's Gate, where'd you go? Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about Baldur's Gate. Oh, I keep clicking away because I'm opening my notes. That makes sense. So a little bit about Baldur's Gate before we get all the way into the game. Baldur's Gate 3 was released in 2023. It was developed by Larian Studios. It has become extremely internet famous for all of its little blorbos. Some of the most amazing NPCs in like modern RPGs are in this game. I'm obsessed with some of them. I may or may not own this shirt because of a certain trashy pale elf. I don't at all have just a bunch of Astarian stuff all over my house, everywhere. It's fine. And with that also, like, it was a part of the huge wave of Dungeons and Dragons getting huge. It came out not super close to, but close enough that in my mind they go together. The D&D Honor Among Thieves, which again, as I mentioned last week, to me is only kind of a D&D movie, even though it is a D&D movie. I have beef with that movie. The bard doesn't really do a lot of big magic, and he's a goddamn bard. Anyways, he's great. He's not really a good bard. Bards are magic classes. I do enjoy that movie, but that's beside the point. Also, this is your final call on the poll. If you type in BG3 poll? What did I write? Nope. BG poll. We are going to decide in the next couple of minutes about the character we're about to make. So, back to the overview. It is a part of a massive series, not just of the Baldur's Gate series. You'll notice that there is a 3 behind that Baldur's Gate. There have been many others. The first one was released in 1998. And around that time, there's actually a bunch of other D&D games coming out as well, including the one that I played, which was Neverwinter Nights. I actually have the mouse pad for the collector's deluxe edition. That is literally a map of... Here, I'll show you a piece of my desk and extract it and then put it back. My very neat mouse pad that's literally just a map of the Sword Coast that I've had for literally ever. And when I opened the box, I was like, this is for me, actually. But I played the shit out of this game. And it even has the official Dungeons & Dragons crest that they used to use in 3.5 and the old WotC logo. But it was made by BioWare, my beloved, who makes so many games that I've sold my soul to. And nope, Neverwinter Nights was actually my first D&D based video game, of which there's been many. And so Baldur's Gate is part of a larger structure of them. There are actually 6 Baldur's Gate games, but they split off into Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance in the early 2000s. And then the main Baldur's Gate series, also known as the Ballspawn series, which is plot relevant to Baldur's Gate 3, are all based around things to do with the god of murder and death, Baal. Who is relevant to the plot of Baldur's Gate 3, again. They are set in the official Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realms, the primary setting for a lot of the writings of Dungeons & Dragons, including the cartoon, the R. Salvatore books, there's a bunch of them, and basically most content, the movie, all of these are set in the Forgotten Realms in various stages of the eras of the Forgotten Realms, including Baldur's Gate. And you can actually go to Baldur's Gate in a lot of the Dungeons & Dragons settings. We're dice shopping now. That's a dangerous thing. I'm not enabling you, but also dice are my happy place. With the explosion of the popularity of Dungeons & Dragons, they went back after the last Baldur's Gate 2 came out in... Let's see here. According to this list, Baldur's Gate 2 came out in 2000. Okay? They've redeveloped it and enhanced it over the years. Every 10 years, they've revisited something in the Baldur's Gate franchise. But Larian started developing this game 6 years ago or 7 years ago or something like that. They spent so much time on Baldur's Gate 3 because they wanted to get it right, because they knew that D&D was now becoming a huge deal. And then on top of it, the technology around these games, if you go look at any of the games that I've talked about before Baldur's Gate 3, the graphics are, a lot more minimal. The designs are a lot more either fine or problematic in some cases, or the CG just is, the graphics are just not good, even for the eras, because some of them were made as a follow-up, as a secondary, as as video games went, especially in the early 2000s. And so for them to take Baldur's Gate 3 so seriously, I think caught a lot of people off guard. So when it came out, it was everywhere. You couldn't be on the internet and not hear about Baldur's Gate 3, especially in the spaces that at least I occupy, which was also intersecting with tabletop. It was all anyone talked about, because basically, and the reason why I fell 180 hours into my first playthrough of this game is because you get to play your own D&D game, and you are not dependent on the actual BBEG of tabletop, which is scheduling other adult humans to play Dungeons & Dragons with. So the thing about Baldur's Gate 3 then became, it's very D&D, and it was not only giving D&D to people who couldn't otherwise play it with other humans for one reason or another, or having D&D whenever you feel like it, being able to pick it up and play it for an hour and put it back down and walk away. And it's also just an immersive and wonderful world with very interesting interpretations of some really old lore and things like that too. So, On top of all of that, it has just an incredible cast of very talented voice actors, very talented game designers, very talented writers that worked on this game. There are justifiably some critiques to be had of this game. I have some myself, but at the end of the day, it's an excellent game with excellent storytelling, which is why I'm so excited to come and play it with all of you, and kind of just an ongoing, whenever we feel like it, coming back to Baldur's Gate. And we're just going to play this Tav, the player character that we are about to create, until the game is over. And the way I play RPGs, the same way I play TTRPGs, is I make a character. And I build out a story around the, world, the setting, all the things like that, so that I can make choices for that character that aren't just motivated by my morality, my perspective, but also investigating storytelling through a character, through a different point of view. And I've always done this since I was actually very young. And I have a very big soft spot for using video game RPGs to explore other points of view, and other stories and narratives, like what we're going to do today. So, as I said, we are going to build this Tav together. I'm going to open the poll, and in 2 minutes at 4:30, I'm going to officially close it, and I'm going to use those, plus I get a vote, and we're just going to go through and I'm going to show you the end result of this poll, and we're going to see what kind of Tav we're going to play. So the cool thing about Baldur's Gate 3, besides all the other stuff I was saying, is that it is D&D. It is very familiar. I've played just an absurd amount of Dungeons & Dragons. I enjoy the game very much, and so you'll notice there are very familiar... I will not call them race, even though the game will call them race. I will call them ancestries. It's just a beef that I have. You have all of the ancestries of a lot of like traditional Player's Handbook D&D. You have every class except for Artificer. I'm saying this because Lena is in chat. Lena is my resident Artificer player. I love Artificers. They are a non-core class. And the cool thing about the patch that just dropped that we were talking about in chat earlier is that the patch, so they've patched the game. They've added things to it. They've added a lot of quality of life. They've added interesting details. They've adjusted things. They've done a lot of work on this game. The last patch for this game just came out. And in it, they included a bunch of new subclasses. So you could always play all the main classes, but now there is, I think, the smallest number of subclasses for a class is 4. When the game came out, they all had 2. So the amount of work that it takes to engineer and all the mechanics to make all these subclasses possible is wild to me. All right, so 4:30. Get your final answers in because we're doing it. Here we go. Sam, I saw you just pull it up, so I'm gonna let you answer. You got 1 minute. And all the classes are there, all the subclasses are there. You all gave me some really fun stuff to kind of play with, and I'm very excited for what is to come. So I'm going to switch this over to the camera. Here we go. I'm just going to enlarge that and put it up in the little corner. So I have not voted, and the reason for that is I decided to see what everyone wanted to do, and then I will cast a deciding vote or an extra vote to weigh it, only if it's something that I have strong feelings about. So I'm going to refresh this page one more time. Oh, dice swap. Okay, so here we go. I'm closing the poll now. How do I do that, actually? Publish. No longer accepting responses. There we go. Great. Boom. Okay, so I got a dice redeem. Thank you. Okay, so this one's gonna be funny because I do have just like silly dice on my desk. Actually, no, I'll show you the last pretty dice that actually lives up here. I'm gonna start having to bring over dice, which is not a problem. So this was a set of dice that was actually gifted to me fairly recently by my friend Kit. They are a sharp edge with clear that has gold foil in them. Sam, did you get it in? I hope so. If it didn't go through, I'm gonna reopen it for you because I love you. But I'm gonna show these dice first. So they have a gold core and then they have purple feathers in them. And when they bought them for me, they didn't know that I play a bird guy, that I'm obsessed with specifically purple and feathers, and I love them. So these have been living on my desk. And it's just a full 7 set with big, beautiful gold font on them. All right, perfect. Okay, so from the top. I know it's a little grainy. I'm going to enlarge one more time. Enhance. Twice. Okay, here we go. Shush. I understand that it's not accepting. Could you be cool? That's fine. Great. That's fine. Will you go away now? I understand that it's not accepting responses. Whatever, Google. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom back out one, I guess, since Google's not being fun. Okay, our winner. So I'm gonna put my finger on the scale on this one, not because I don't love Drow, because I do. In fact, I'm playing one in another game. But I am going to put my finger on the scale because I'm obsessed with tieflings. And I think I'm right. And so we've got 1 vote for halfling, who I also love. 1 vote for dragonborn, which would be super fun. Again, dragons. 1 vote for elf. 4 votes for drow and 3 votes for tiefling. So I'm going to put my little decider in there because I've played drow quite a few times in this game already. And, oh, I will put in the voice redeem after I'm done talking about this. I promise. Okay. Yes, come on. We can only do the gay choices here. So I'm going to play a tiefling. Here were the other responses. People were also interested in drow, half-orc, halfling, gnome, lots more tiefling, which is part of the other reason why I'm choosing this way. Githyanki, which would be interesting. I've never played a Githyanki. I've heard that there's some interesting like beginning game stuff to explain some stuff about the story. Not doing that. Dragonborn. And then the one that really amused me was everyone said, please don't play a human. And I just think that that's funny. Okay, next one. Classes. I am playing a druid, which is exciting because I've actually not done a druid game for Baldur's Gate. My first one was a warlock, my second one was a monk, my third one was a bard, and I'm playing a wizard right now. So druid is going to be super fun. I'm very excited. And everyone had their suggestions of classes and subclasses. I am going to be playing a Blade Singer in the game at a separate point in time because I am obsessed with them. I played one actually and almost won in a battle royale, multi-tier championship battle royale as a Blade Singer because Blade Singers rock. They're also super broken. So I'd be really curious to see how they do Blade Song in this game. But we're not doing that. We are going to play a druid. And it seems like people want me to play Circle of Stars. I will look at it. I have GM'd a Circle of Stars druid before. I'm curious how they interpret it into this game. We'll see. Yes, Unkillable Rivers of America with an AC of 24. Blade Singers are delicious. Okay. The other top choices for classes, lots of people wanted me to play a bard, and I think that that's lovely. I'm playing a bard currently, which is part of the reason I'm so excited to not play a bard. For druids, the subclasses they have Circle of the Moon, which is of course excellent. Circle of Stars is the one they just added. I'm gonna go look at them in the game. I have a list open as well to talk about them. The other ones that people were interested in: Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard. Love that. I am gonna sidebar to say I actually hate sorcerers. Not as a GM, but me playing them. It is like the opposite of how I vibe with Magic for whatever reason. So I have never played a sorcerer, even though, and this was partly for Sam Starr, shout out to you in chat. I have played around with writing adaptation of Wheel of Time using 5e because it's very easy, and all of the Aes Sedai would have to be sorcerers. That's a whole other thing. Okay. The other ones that people were interested in, Barbarian, never done it. I actually have only played it in 5e like once myself. I like melee fighting. I will mostly choose to play a fighter or a rogue. Bards, Cleric, love clerics. Clerics are really, really good in Baldur's Gate because they do break some of the rules for D&D, and the way that they do it is to make things more fun for spellcasters. I did know that there's a Wheel of Time TTRPG. I have looked at it. People were interested in me playing a monk. Monks are great. I'm playing one currently in another game for myself. And rogues, my favorite. I will make anything a rogue. And then I'll go to the least one because they're always really fun. Please don't play a fighter. You're right. It's fine. I only play fighters because they're fun for other reasons. It's not really for the combat. I like playing people who are really good at one thing and one thing only. And that's what fighters are great for. People did not want me to play a warlock or a wizard or a cleric or a barb. So I won't be doing that. So this is where it gets fun because we're going to also build a character. So we're playing a tiefling druid. And I wanted to kind of get a vibe of like archetypes and things to kind of play with, getting into the like character decisions of the game and like who they are as a person. So everyone wants me to play a flirtatious character. Fantastic. My favorite. I will be flirting in this game. Me, Kai, will probably be flirting with the characters as they are on my screen because that's just how I play this game because they're all beautiful. I'm too queer for this game. Mischievous, absolutely. No notes. I will be doing little terrible things. Tired of everyone's shit. Yes. Of which there is so much in this game. There's so much hot goss constantly in the camp in this game. Okay, and then the big question of who do you want me to Karlach? Who do you want me to romance? My wife. Karlach. Big women. Yes, I will be romancing Karlach. I might also take a little side of that sweet daddy bear, but we'll see. Karlach, I believe, is monogamous and is very hard to romance, but I love her so much. So we'll be romancing my wife. I'm not upset about it. I'm very excited. Big ups to whoever said to romance the Emperor. Spicy choices. Super spicy choices. Okay. Any other Baldur's Gate thoughts? Yes, I have changed the companion character classes before. I will be mostly keeping them the same with some limited exception just because I hate Battle Masters. I hate them in play. I hate them in playing in this game. I hate Battle Masters. I will not be using Battle Master for Lae'zel in this game. I mostly just fiddle around with subclasses, but there's some that I'm like, but it's like against your personality to be a different class. And I respect the character's choices. Even if I don't respect them, Gale of Waterdeep. Welcome to the Bully and Gale of Waterdeep hours. All right, so let's get into the game. All right. I'm going to bring down the music over here because got to do that to play the game. Here we go. Make sure you can hear it. You probably can't yet. Oh, Baldur's Gate. Why you do this to me? It was still on. Wrong program. There we go. Now we'll hear Baldur's Gate. Look at that Baldur Gate. So, beautiful opening menu. Nothing ominous happens in this game. Don't worry about all of the blood, skulls, pits, and death. New game. We're going to just play a balanced game because it'll be fun. Here are all of my beautiful children. This is the warning for eyes and bugs, as well as like Cthulhian horror moments. No, listen. I'm working my way to honor mode. That's what my bard game is. But I don't want to play honor mode on stream because I will cry. This is also going to be fun. We're doing this one for fun. Baldur's Gate for us is a treat. Ugh, Lae'zel. I'm going to turn up the volume a little in a second. Yes, reach into the goo. Here comes the eye horror. Oh, Sam, I'm sorry. One worm. Okay, one eye horror down, one to go. Yeah, they are kind of cute. Not gonna lie. Here it comes. This is diabolical the way they designed that. All right. Now, welcome to the character designer. We don't need to reset the tutorials. I've done this so many times. So we're not going to be doing any of the origin characters. We're going to be making our own character. We're going to start with the... No. Stop it. Wait, no. Cancel. No. I swear I know what I'm doing. Race. We're going to be a tiefling. We're just going to flip through so you can see some of the fun things that are in here. Oh, Sam, you're in for a treat about the Illithids. There are so many in this game. Welcome to the plot of Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, so here are some of the other ancestries that are in here. All of these are being modeled as barbarians because the classes all have starting equipment that includes your starting clothing. I do actually really like a lot of the clothing designs in Baldur's Gate 3, even if some of them are silly. Like, they're mostly great, and even when the ones that are silly, I think are silly for a good reason. Also, the way that they do Femme Dragonborn is... Anyways, I'm just gonna look at you all, and Anyways, Sam, you should really play this game in response to literally your last message, and I'm saying this with all the love. This game is for monster fuckers. Okay, so we're gonna be a tiefling. What kind of tiefling? Okay. Do we want produce light? Probably not. I usually go Mephistopheles tiefling, but okay, so this is where we start thinking about who they are as a character, because I usually do the build. Oh. Yes, go right ahead. You may use those content warnings for sure. So the character that I'm envisioning, given kind of I know the whole plot of the game, and I'm trying to like find a nice place for them to fit into the decision. So this game takes place shortly after, well, within a recent amount of time from all of the tieflings in another area getting dragged down to the hells for a period of time. And so there's a lot of tiefling politics, old D&D style, like racism, tiefling politics in this game. And it's one of the reasons I really like playing them, not because I like the racism of it all, but because there's a lot of community to be had if you actually play a tiefling with the other tieflings in this game. And so thinking of like what kind of druid they are and maybe like where our Tav came from, I'm picturing someone who maybe not is from the Emerald Grove, which is the druid grove that we find very early in the game, but someone who is like associated with those druidic circles, but maybe found them boring, because sometimes they can be real boring. I love them very much, but boy howdy, do they show very quickly that the politics of at least the Emerald Grove are a lot. So to kind of make someone who is a little bit more mischievous and a little rebellious in that way, leaving their druidic society to go have fun, go do other things, might be really fun. So with that in mind, arcane magic. I mean, I'm already going to be a magic caster. What's more silly? What's the cute answer? I think the cute answer for me is always the Mephistopheles tiefling, personally. All right, let's fix this class stuff. So let's talk about classes. It's going to minimize. Don't freak out. I'm going to switch over to read an entire page. We're going to come back, because every time I click away, it will minimize. I'll also turn up the volume of the game. Welcome to the music that will be stuck in your head forever. All right, I've turned it up just a little. So, there are a lot of classes in this game. For Barbarian, the subclasses that are available are Berserker, Wildheart, which is a revision of the Path of the Totem, Wild Magic Barbarian, and Path of the Giant. Are there subclasses for Barbarian? Obviously, you don't get them right away because, like in D&D, you don't get your subclass until later. The Bard, College of Lore, the OG, College of Valor, College of Swords, and College of Glamour is the new one, which I love. College of Glamour bards are broken. Command is the most broken spell on this earth. Big shout out to my friend Maeve, who stopped a dragon for 6 turns during combat with that spell. Clerics, you can be a life cleric, a light cleric, trickery, knowledge, nature, tempest, war, and they just added death clerics, rocks. For our druid, we'll get into that in a minute. Fighter, they have battle master, eldritch knight, which is a personal favorite of mine, champion, and arcane archer is the new one they just added. Monks, they have way of the open hand, way of shadow, which is my favorite, way of the 4 elements, and they just added drunken master. For paladins, they have oath of devotion, oath of the ancients, oath of vengeance, oath of the crown, and oathbreaker for me is a treat. I was just before stream thinking I could play my character Veer in this game, actually, who was a drow paladin oathbreaker. I love oathbreakers. And then you can play a ranger, and they have Beastmaster, the beloathed but beloved subclass Beastmaster Hunter. I'm so curious about how they do Gloomstalkers in this game. I GM for one on a really regular basis, and they're a really broken subclass of Ranger. And then Swarmkeeper. For Rogue, it's Thief, Arcane Trickster, Assassin, Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler is the new one. I love all of these. I've played all of them. I just love them. I love rogues. For Sorcerer, they have Draconic, Wild Magic, Storm Sorcerer, and the new one they added is Shadow Magic. For Warlocks, my beloved. the Fiend for your Pact, the Fiend, the Great Old One, the Archfey, and the Hexblade, and they do also have all of the Pact of the Chain, Pact of the Tome. They have all of that stuff in there as well. I mean, yeah, because you're right, Sam. Gloomstalker is the Ranger class. And then our wizards, they have all the schools of wizardry, and then, as I said, they just added blade singers. But today, we are building a druid. I love the way they do druidry in this game. It's so pretty. And you can see that they're even wearing, I think this is actually an Emerald Grove. It's not just like all druids wear a uniform outfit. So be very curious, because I've never played with this game, to see how that turns out. And they start you with your ability, just like in D&D. Choose your cantrips, Shillelagh and Thornwhip. Let me see. I mean, Shillelagh is good. I feel like I won't use it. I've met me. Shillelagh, transmutation cantrip. Your staff or club becomes magical. It deals 4 to 11 bludgeoning damage. Uses your spellcasting ability for attack rolls. Fine. And then Thornwhip. And you can multi-class in this game, Sam. You can do that build. You can be a Gloomstalker Ranger Assassin Rogue in this game. You can. Yep. Okay, so we'll do Shillelagh, the suggested cantrip, Shillelagh and Thornwhip. And then we're gonna look at backgrounds now. So this is where I make fun decisions. So this is where, even though I feel like it's often overlooked in building 5e characters, I love specifically going into the background, because who they are as an adventurer is always super fun, but like, who are they when they're not adventuring? And of course, the like prototypical recommended ones for druids tend to be like Outlander or Folk Hero, which I'll look at. But what if we're like a Charlatan? It'd be really funny, because I'm a wisdom caster. Let's see here. They give me an 8 intelligence. You can adjust all these, and I might, but so given all of the things that we've already put in, like someone who's flirty and a little mischievous, who's probably lived a bit of a life to be done with everyone's shit, I like the idea of either playing like an urchin or maybe a sage, be like a whip smart sage, because Outlander just, I don't know, bores me. Ooh, criminal. So the other thing about this game is that all of these actually do come in as things that you can use in conversation. They might grant you interesting situations throughout the game. I think... What's the folk hero? That's cute. I do like the idea of playing a folk hero who's like not a goody two shoes, just like a fun, grounded in the people person. So maybe we do folk hero, but I should already have animal handling. We'll look at it. Okay, this is their basic spread that they give you, and they also like they allow you to do all of the like more modern 5e things of changing your ancestry stuff and all that, so that's always fun. Yeah, urchin is one of my favorite ones, also just because I play a lot of urchins in like just the narrative. So they don't allow you to drop below an 8, which is fine. They don't allow you to drop below a -1. I've played with people who have had less in D&D, but that's fine, and I accept. Wisdom is your primary casting modifier. I think it would be really funny. No, we're going to be someone who has charisma. I take it back. We have to have a good con because we are a spellcaster. But, like, do we? What if we're strong? Yeah, you know what? I'm for this. I'm doing silly stuff. I want to be strong and not dexterous. I'm starting to build an image in my head of this folk hero druid who is more of a like traditional, not using their druidry folk hero. Yeah. We're getting there. And then we can also change our proficiencies, nature. I can't just have, oh no, I do just have animal handling. I'm like, hello? I think it should be perception for someone who is like someone of the people, like someone who literally goes out and like beats up people on the road for bullying tieflings. I think that makes sense. Okay, now we're gonna pick our spells and then we're gonna go decide what we look like after the break because it's about to be break. But we're gonna pick our spells first. So these are your starting spells. You get 4, and this is just prepared because druids, like in D&D, they have the spellcasting and prepared spell rules for each class. So we'll be able to pull from these at any time. This is just what you're gonna be prepared with at the beginning of the game. Not using Good Berry because I will not use it. I will probably use Cure Wounds. Speak with Animals is so useful in this game because so much of it is very social driven. Okay, so I have a lifetime beef with the spell Ice Knife. It's a really good spell when it works. But the thing is, and statistically this seems so unlikely, it never works for me. I have used this spell so many times to the point where it's absurd that it never works. I've used it in this game. I've used it in regular D&D. It doesn't work for me. For whatever reason, I am just not built that way, I guess. The rage I feel. Long strider, long jump. Ooh. Someone who's like quick to get away. Yeah, I played an ice... Mind you, my ice boy had the worst stats. They were playable, and that was about it. I think that this is fun. Having long strider, someone who go fast. All right. That sounds great to me. All right, well then with that, before we get into editing the appearance of the character, we're gonna go on break. And when we come back, we're going to design our tab and maybe start the game. But also, the character generator is its own game, right? That's how this works. We're all in agreement on this, right? Well, at any rate, get up, stretch, get some water, get a snack, pet your pets if you got them, and give them extra kisses from me, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from break. Hope you all got up, stretched, gave any of your pets little kisses, extra pets from me. My cats followed me around my house while I walked around, stretched, and ate a snack. And I gave them kisses because that's my job as their dad. They are cute and I kissed them. So we're gonna go back over to Baldur's Gate. Boom. And we're gonna start designing what our tab looks like. So for this part, this is where I really start to get in the sauce, obviously, because this is about appearances and what they look like and who they are. I am resonating with playing a more mask character, as I usually do. And you can still make them... Oh, hello. I forgot that the larger bodies are... they're very hello. Hi, Keith. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna do the slimmer mask body. Though we will not see it today for reasons. Let's just say you can design what they look like naked, and that is relevant in the way that this game exists if you play it without the censorship stuff on it, which I am doing because we are streaming live on Twitch. We can also now, separately outside of the body, choose their gender, because that's how gender works. They can be femme, they can be mask. You'll notice that it doesn't change their appearance by changing this, which I love. I think I'm going to make them non-binary because I can. Now we get to pick their voice. I'm so excited.
Where to next?
Ooh, I always like that one.
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells, something just woke up down here.
Be
Not that one.
wary. This place is trapped.
I'm keeping track of them on my fingers.
It's opened. I wonder what...
More of those wretched things.
Ooh.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
Ooh, I like
can
that voice
feel
too.
its aura.
Where to next?
Not that one.
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
I think it's gonna be this one.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
It's this one or 5.
Be wary.
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
Then you'll have to hang out with
More
me.
of those wretched things.
And then later you'll have to get it, Sam.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura. Where to next?
I'm gonna leave it on 6 for a minute. I'm having feelings and thoughts. Pick their face. Of course, their face looks super different when you change their horns. I'm gonna do this face. But now you can change their skin. You can change so many things. Hi, Val! Ah! Bark! We're designing our tab. We're doing the important work. And the cool thing is they do not limit skin tones by ancestries. So you can be whatever color you want. Look at all these colors. I'm actually strangely obsessed with green tieflings. I know, I should be allowed to just have a Jennifer Hale button. I can then make every character that I play Jennifer Hale. Ooh. There's something very profoundly cool to me about green tieflings. I designed one as an NPC in my home game, and I've never been able to forget it. Let's talk about purple skin tones, because I have, as you might imagine, big opinions about them. So, like, I approximate this is about Zion's skin color. It's got that, like, lavender... Like, this one's a little fair for him. But I think that's about it for him. And it makes it really wild to color match things. I spend a lot of time thinking about what colors go with having purple skin. Hello, transplanter. We're all here. Designing a tab, doing the important things. More dice! Okay. Oh no, not that. I hate showing off the dice that are on my desk. That's just the worst. Let's see here. What do I have over here now? Oh, I'll show you my very cool... I don't know if I've shown these to you yet. So I bought these a long time ago, actually, before I played Zynon. I'm going into my Zynon tray again. Bullet dice. They're like bullet-shaped D6s. Because I was playing a different gunslinger. I know, it's very surprising, but they actually have the numbers on the sides. They're super fun. I have so many. I have so many gunslinger dice. I have one that's also, I don't use it for Zynon because again, like these are actually designed off of revolvers, and Zynon's not a revolver guy. But I do have a lot, because I do, as one might imagine, you don't build your ongoing campaign characters off of themes that you don't like. So I definitely like cowboys, and so I have a lot of cowboy characters that I have played over the years, and so I have like one that's the revolver chamber that's a dice. I have the dice. I have so many. Anyways, thank you for that redeem. If at any point you want to redeem more of those, by all means. Oh, I broke my promise. I didn't turn on the accent workout. I'm sorry, Lena, I failed you. Okay, the game's gonna go away for a second, so I'm just gonna switch this over while I turn on the thing I promised Lena I would. And I will also stop the music after I do this, because I forgot to turn on the accent workout, because I'm mean. Because I promised I would. And I turn it off for seems right, and sometimes I forget to turn it back on, so it's back on now. There we go. Anyways, back to the game. Boom. I did it. So yeah, you can keep redeeming those at any time. You can keep accumulating those Corvid points. The longer you watch, the more you get. Okay, so I don't think that Zynon color is the right color for our tiefling, but I do like a purple tiefling. What if we do like a, I love purple skin. I know, it's a shock to everyone. Rose colored. So I've done a purple tiefling before, but I've also done this like gray blue that's like their starter color that I do like, but I think I'm gonna go for green tiefling, partly just because of the druid vibes, because we are playing a druid, but also because I just don't see them done super often, and I'm a big fan of them. Yeah, chaos can't hurt you. We've never done anything wrong in our lives. I've played, I have to tell you, my first game was a purple skinned tiefling, my second game was a drow, my third game was a deep gnome. I like people with purple skin. I'm going to make myself branch out. I'm going to do something different. And plus I like dark green skinned tieflings. It speaks to me. What do we think? I really like this color. We'll keep working it around. You don't have to, nothing is set in stone yet. Yeah, that's just what you do. I don't know. And then of course you can give them facial scars. I love how big and graphic some of these are. I think we might do this one. It looks like they were mauled by an animal or something. They do have ritualistic scarification for some of their cult and magic stuff in here as well. I think I want the big one. I really like the big one with the dark green skin. What's their maturity level? I do like the maturity slider on this. But then the most important one, freckles. Oh, that's quantity. I want to see them first before I add that many. That's not very many freckles. Don't be a coward. Maybe we go darker. It's almost like the color of the granary, of which there's a lot. And I'm worried we'll lose them. What if we go the darkest? Oh, that's cool. think I like this one. I think that's it for me. Okay. And this is, I do this every time where I start to like feel around what it all looks like. And they do also have vitiligo in this game that you can add, which I think is a nice touch. Body art. I want to change the horns. The horns are bothering me. I need to fix it. These horns are great, but they're not the right horns. I'm obsessed with these horns. Oh my. Oh my god. Okay, so I really like those. Those had an effect on me. These are, of course, very cool. I've used them before in this game. I don't think they're right for this. I don't think they're right for them. Let's look at another twisty set. I actually played a tiefling with these horns, so I'm so tickled that they're in this game, and I've never used them. Do these ones. These ones. Yeah, right? It's giving them like, I am a woodland creature. Yeah. I think it's these. And then I'm going to adjust the color because I want them to be at the base darker, but like that brown darker, not red. Maybe grayer than that. Ooh, there we go. Because then we can do the base and then the tip can be like really light, that like bone white color. Yeah. Yeah. I love how customizable these are. They have other great horns, but I think that those are it. They do also have ones that have like horn jewelry on them, which are neat. I just like them. I've used those before. But this is starting to become like a person to me. Speaking of, let's really person them up. I love the idea of them having a rose tattoo, but I want to look at all of them. So many. I'm obsessed with this tattoo. Whoever thought of this, stroke of genius. My first tiefling had this because I saw it and I couldn't look away, basically. And I gave them heterochromia to match it, to really just go whole ham. Ooh, bark, woof, woof, bark. Look at them. Ooh, what if we did something really different with them and made them gold? I wish I could make them metallic, but that is really pretty. Ooh. Ooh. Because, like, they have ones that are meant to be more tattooy, and they have ones that are meant to be more, like, body art. So, like, this is just, like, paint, right? It's designed to look like they painted on, which I really like. But I love the idea that someone can get, like, color tattoos. On like extra vibrant color tattoos. Because if you can do white ink tattoos, why not? That's really cool. Maybe we don't make it gold though. See, here's more body markings. I'll keep looking. I won't allow myself to just be instantly in love. Although that is really pretty too. That's pretty. Right? So, like, this is the thing that I'm thinking, like, this, so, like, this is makeup, right? This is meant to be a makeup look. So it's like, is this a cultural choice? Is this, you know, where does this come from versus doing something, like, some of these to me are like very obviously meant to show things. Like that's an affiliation of some sort. There's some that are very like ritualistic looking. Where is it? Like this. I love this. My wizard has this tattoo because I'm obsessed with it. There's of course this, which is so cool. Wrong for this character, I think, but very cool. But I was thinking something like this where it's like a coming of age tattoo or something like that for them. Or like growing in their power and ability as a druid, and like now that they can actually cast spells, they have this tattoo. I don't know, I think I did it. I think I got it. And then they have piercings. Let's look at piercings. Actually, I think I might change the hair before we look at piercings. No, we don't need to. And the other thing is that later on, if we decide to change a lot of the stuff, we can, because you can do that in this game. You can just go and change stuff. Ooh, pretty. Trying to find like fun jewelry that is not like really wealthy looking. Someone, ooh, love a septum piercing. They have some good ones in this game. Those are just pretty. A simple commoner ring, rude. Oh, this is the bard rings. I do love the bard rings. They're very good. None? No. None is not an option for me. I do like the fastened stars. I wish these weren't blue. Can't change them though. Maybe that's some of the problem I'm having, is that I want things that I can't have. And I know that's why mods exist, but like, mods take so much work. I don't have the juice for that. I think it's gonna be the fastened stars. Yeah. Okay, let's deal with these eyes. I really like them, but I want to change the color real bad. Ooh. Ooh. Those are pretty. Nope, those are human eyes. That's not what I want. That's pretty. I love that they have black sclera eyes, like a lot of them in this game. Oh, there we go. That's just like a... I don't want it to be too green. Ooh, I like that these have both colors in them. Oh, there's more colors down here that I couldn't see. Solid. I love these eyes. I'm telling you, I wish they had slitted eyes though. I have feelings about them. Now I think it's gotta be these. These are really gorgeous with the orange iris core. I love that. Alright, let's do the hair before we do the makeup. So I'm picturing that this tiefling, like, grew up among other druids and loved what they did, but then left because they weren't helping people directly enough. Because in this game, that's like, clearly the druids live somewhat apart in druidic societies. So I think that is a good starting point. One of the things I love about this game is even the base version, even though some of them I think are rough, have some really great like variation of hair texture. Oh my god. I don't think I've seen this hairstyle. This might be new. But yeah, they have a great mixture of texture. Ugh. Love natural texture on topless shaved sides. Alright. I know what you want me to do. Am I doing this now? I guess I'm doing this now. So we have an accent workout routine. And, one of the things that I've done quite a bit, and only Lena has seen this before, but when I play games, I get really severe echolalia, and I start to take on the affect and the, you know, of the character as I play the game. So my dear beloved Trashfire, Astarion, became my, my first completely irredeemable echolalia from this game. So let's look at hair, shall we? Oh, absolutely not. Oh. Yeah. Oh. This amount of hair. Look at this. This is nice. I like this. We have to change the color because the color is bad. I'm thinking something in the black range. Silver's not bad. No, not that one. You can never quite tell what color is going to come out when you click on these things, you know? Oh, no. Oh, dreadful. It has to be dark. Got it. We'll do highlights on black. I think that has to be it. Ugh. Alright, let's keep looking at hairstyles. Some of these are terrible. Oh, this is just my hair. That's interesting. See, the downside of the horns is that it kind of diminishes any short hairstyle. And then there's this. Like, you fired your barber and ran away mid-haircut. Let's see. Ooh. Wolf cut. I like that. That's not a bad start. And there's very posh hairstyles as well. They're not bad. See, and they did not commit the cardinal sin of only having one kind of hair, but also they did include some They said, what if you wanted in your fantasy game to have a receding hairline? And I said, no. Ooh, this is sweet. Very pretty. I don't think we're that pretty in this game. Ooh. Let's see here. This is the most ridiculous one. Oh, it actually doesn't look ridiculous on this. That's nice. Ooh, how long is this braid? Ooh. I don't hate that, actually. Ooh, no. I'm always shocked that the pigtails one is actually very good looking. Ooh. I do like the messy one up here. Where did it go? This one. I think it's this one. Sam, you're right. Let's see here. Highlights. Which highlights do we want? Green? Let's see. Let's turn those up. Gold. No, green. Lighter? Not that light. I think we'll do that. Ugh. Alright, and then I don't use the graying as graying. I know you're supposed to. It's more highlights. Let me just see if I can get some of the gold in there. Oh, yes. We're doing it now. Just a touch of it. The thing when you're working a color around is that you go through all throughout. Alright. I think we're getting there. They're starting to look more complete. You know, I hope that was all your dreams wanted. There will be more of that. I've already been threatened. No, get back here. How dare you? All right. Look at this. We have this beautiful... Let's look at makeup. See, this is why I was like, we might only get through the character generation because I like it a lot. The makeup in this game, I wish you could separate the eyeliner color from the eyeliner from the eyeshadow, but I will live. You can give your character a cute little heart next to their eye, which I just think is wonderful. I think we're just gonna do a nice heavy eyeliner though. Not that heavy. Oh, thank you, Patrick. Oh, yeah. They are giving a little Xiao Chung with the orange and the like highlights and everything. I see you. Not mad about it. Do we need a lip tint? Need. Let's see. Now we're getting there. Turn down the gloss. There we go. Yes. Maybe less metallic. Maybe it's just the color. A little bit of gloss. Yeah. That looks like someone who's here to flirt, be cute, and maybe cause some trouble while doing druid stuff. I'm pretty happy with that. Facial hair. I think it'll ruin the look with the tattoo. I'm not even gonna think about it. We've done the horns. All right. So, here's our Tav. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm pretty happy with them. Hey, no. They can be a verse. Listen, they're about to be whatever Karlach wants, which, not mad. Okay, so the thing about this game is you also have to design a guardian. So we're gonna quickly design the guardian. Hey, you don't know. They could be, but we're gonna go be whatever Karlach wants us to be, which I believe it's yeah. I think the answer is verse in this case because I think Karlach deserves to be held and have a princess all at the same time. That's what she deserves. Okay. Oh, we have to name them. Shit. Okay, so naming might take me a lifetime. We're gonna take more than a life. We're gonna take less than a lifetime. So, a druid who has kind of gone on to go and be a hero for their people near them. Let me see. Let me think here. I'm trying to think of the other druid names in this game. We've got Halson. We have, oh my god, what's her name? The Viper lady. See, I like Fantasy Name Generator, but I'm very particular about names, so I usually work it the other way around. Let's see here. I'm thinking something very, like... earthy. Yeah, the music in this game is incredible. What did you do? You want to be held and treated like a princess? All at the same time. You're right. That's what we all deserve. I'm thinking... I'm trying to think of names. Ooh. Okay, so, the name Tannin, not the thing in wine, but it's a German name for a fir tree. I think I like that. I'm just sitting with myself, trying to think of if anyone has any name ideas percolating. I'm open to them in chat. No, that's a terrible name. Not Tannin. Tannin's not a terrible name. Tannin's fine. I'm looking up, like, nature names. And just kind of like rolling them around in my head. I don't know. I was thinking like names. This could also be a taken name. Ooh. There it is. Flint. I really like that name actually. Especially with the like spark in the eyes. I think that that's super fun. Oh my god, I could name them Aspen. That would be a joke for me. C. Thomas, if you can hear me, I think I'm gonna do it. I didn't come up with it this time. Sam, I don't know if you've listened to Lori's House yet, but there is a non-binary character named Aspen. And I think that that's neat. Yes. All right. I think it's Aspen. I do love it as a name, but also, yes, it's a treat for me.
You need a guardian.
You do need a guardian. I think this is where we... There we go. Hi, folks. My computer freaked out. We're back now. It's all good. I have everything I need. I have all the information. Nothing was lost that we can't have back. But I will call it there for today, and I will figure out what... it was a DirectX failure on my computer, so I'm going to figure out what that was, and we'll get back to that soon. No need to panic. I believe we're gonna stick with Aspen, but I am open to other suggestions because I'm gonna have to probably rebuild, but we will rebuild them later and come back to Baldur's Gate another day. But thank you all for hanging in there with this long and luxurious character building session. We do need a guardian. The guardian is an interesting figure in this game that maybe I'll come back the next time and have an idea of more about who Aspen, our Tav, is and who might be their guardian. The guardian is meant to be someone who is alluring. Thank you for the hydrate. Of course. It's been a great time. Yeah, the sometimes computers do computerin'. But I think that was a software issue. It made it very clear that there was like something to do with the software. I'll go and read I have it all saved on stream. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the costuming side of it, because like a lot of games, you can accumulate equipment and costumes that do change what you look like. You can turn those settings off, but I love them because especially I love seeing characters wear things out of necessity and not out of fashion or style choices. So it ends up with some really fun like looks that the game does offer. Also dyes, and it's wild to me. They're like, yeah, universal dyes. I'm like, you know what? Sure. I'd like to live in the world where there's universal dyes. Oh. You redeemed an accent workout. Do you want more of this, darling? I guess we could do some of this just for a little while longer. We got a tight 5 on it. So, what people wear in this game. You can change not only what they wear on the outside, the armor, the equipment. You see all of these things. You can put them in a funny hat, which inevitably everyone will. What? So, when you change the costume, you not only change what their adventuring gear looks like, but you can also change what they wear in camp, which is very important. Everyone has to wear something in camp, and most of them wear significantly less in camp. And then, the last thing that you actually do have some say in is what their underwear looks like. And, I think it's delightful that you can change all of their underwear. Because this game has a lot of wonderful intimate scenes. And you can pick up clothing everywhere, put it on. Because I bought the fancy edition, I have a funny cape that I can wear and a silly hat. You can wear all kinds of ugly hats as well. Some of them are dreadful. I've seen people turn their entire camp into clown costumes. Terrible. They all come with their own, all of the NPCs come with their own camp ensemble, but you can also change their shoes, change their regular clothes. You can change Gale of Waterdeep out of his toddler pajamas that he wears all the time. And then their equipment does change. The magical effects also are visible around the characters. Oh, what else? There's so many things. And then on top of it, if at any point in time you change your mind about what your character looks like, you can just change it. It's amazing. You just go to camp. There's a magical mirror where you can go and change your tattoos, your piercings, your hair color, your hairstyle, all of it. The only things you can't change are mechanical. So you can't change someone's ancestry. You can't change someone's class. Though you can change their class, you just have to pay a lot of money to do it. So, we'll be in this druid costume for an unknown amount of time. But after we get a new piece of armor or something, it'll start to go away. There's also frothy, ridiculous Renaissance costumes that you can wear. Like the one that you're given when you start as a bard, or Astarion, who wears a ridiculous slashed jerkin that I love. And throughout the game, we'll talk about what that all looks like. They show all kinds of fun costumes and things throughout the game. And sometimes they just show people in bondage gear, so why not? So yes, that's Baldur's Gate 3 for today. When we come back, we will have more gameplay, because we do have to finish our Guardian, and hopefully we have a story for them. And then also, we have the game to begin, since that was just the character generation, and sometimes that's all I do for an entire evening, is sit there and make character decisions for a character that I haven't even played yet. And then we do the show us a cat. There are none nearby, so I will pull open a cat picture. To the cat folder we go. Oh, there's some really good ones. I come bearing extremely good cat. So that's Rigby. He's being a baby in this picture. I have a lofted bed, so that's him sitting on the edge of my bed staring at me. Oh, well, there he is, my son. He will accompany us through the outros. Look at that good boy, a baby, my son. Slightly evil child. So, for the rest of the week, I will be offline tomorrow and Friday, but then you can come back and watch the next installment of the Chaos Protocol over on Transplanter RPG, where nothing major, terrifying, upsetting, huge has happened. That is a blatant and complete lie. So you can come back and see the fallout, resolution, the consequences, all of those things above and more over on the Chaos Protocol on Saturday. And then next week, we'll be back with the Fourth Age over on Wounded Warrior Project, Stream to Serve, which is our continuation of the story of Middle-earth after the Lord of the Rings, using the One Ring 2nd Edition, where I play Erland of Midland, who isn't as pompous as Astarion, who has a sweet, polite angel voice. We are seeing the fallout of another massive revelation and terrifying magical event in that show. And then on Wednesday, I'm in a to-be-announced show on Wednesday evening. Stay tuned, follow me for details on that. And then Thursday, we have episode 3 of Lori's House coming out from Tender Vicious Studios. My beloved, I actually have a command in chat for Lori's House. Go check that out. It is an all-new Home We Remember actual play podcast which is entirely about memory, community, and the selfless act of self-exploration. And I have the great honor of being the architect, which is the GM role for that story. And it is using an all-new system called the Home We Remember. You can go follow Tender Vicious Studios on all social media platforms to learn more about the Home We Remember and Lori's House, and about this journey into memory and self-exploration. And then there'll be more Chaos Protocol. I'm becoming increasingly scared because that will be the penultimate episode a week from Saturday of Arc 3. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Sorry for the little tech glitch at the end there. We will figure out what was going on with that. And I won't put Rigby away. You can still see him over here. There. But in the meantime, let me make sure there's nothing else I'm missing in my massive amounts of notes. Nope. And then next week, I will be streaming probably on Monday and Thursday. But stay tuned for my socials. And I see that we're screaming again about Wheel of Time. The finale of Wheel of Time is also on Friday this week, so you'll hear me screaming about that on socials probably as well. But thank you all so much for joining me for Fantasy Week here on my channel. It's been really fun to talk about fantasy costumes, and we will come back to Baldur's Gate 3, maybe not next week, but the following week, because I think I want to finish unpacking next week, but we'll see. In the meantime, I'm going to go find someone cool to raid, and thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, pop me a little follow. Really helps me out. You can also go check out all the VODs over on YouTube that I'm slowly uploading and chapter marking. And if you have the expendable money, I always appreciate the subscription if you've got it, because I am an independent creator, and this is part of my job now. But stay tuned for the raid, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!